Them niggas that they steady playing ass, in a year they wouldn't last. Do you keep it tuned in? No. Why? Because the radio is trash, nigga. Because the radio is trash, nigga.
So, Diddy gave a speech during Grammy week, and he was just talking about a lot of that black excellence shit that he always be talking about, and he's pretty much what? that's what he said. So he pretty much said how black people pretty much run this shit, and we need to take more ownership in our shit and stuff like that, and stop worrying about the white people that's doing this yada yada in the industry. So the rapper Mase took it upon himself to seize this opportunity, and he had added Diddy on Instagram. So this is what Mase had to say. I heard your Grammy speech about how you are now for the artist and about how the artist must take back control. So I will be the first to take that initiative. Also, before we ask of other ethnicities to do us right, we should do us as black people better, especially the creators. I heard you loud and clear when you said that you are now for the artist. And to that response is, if you want to see change, you make change today by starting with yourself. Your past business practices knowingly has continued purposely starve your artists and been extremely unfair to the very same artists that help you obtain that icon award on the iconic Bad Boy label. For example, you still got my publishing from 24 years ago, in which you gave me $20,000, which makes me never want to work with you as an artist ever again. You robbing me, tarnishing my name when you don't want to comply with the horrendous business practices that you do. However, people will always ask, what's up with Mase? So I would be forced to still perform to not look crazy when I was getting peanuts, and the robbery would continue. So many great moments in people's lives and music were lost, but again, I rode with you in the face of death without flinching, and you still wouldn't do right. I never said anything because I wanted to wait until I was financially great so I can ensure that this wasn't coming from a pure place and not out of spite. To add insult, you keep screaming black excellence and love, but I know love isn't free. So I offered you $2 million in cash just a few days ago to sell me back my publishing as his biggest artist that's still alive, that always show you respect for giving me the opportunity at 19 years old. Your response was, if I can match the European guy offer, that would be the only way you can get it back. Or else I can wait till I'm 50 years old and it will revert back to me from when I was 19. You bought it for about $20,000 and I offered you $2 million in cash. That is not black excellence. When your own race is enslaving us, if it's about us owning, it can't be about us owning each other. No more hiding behind love. You change, give the artist back their money. Did you see this before? Mm-hmm. Okay, so when you first seen this, it's a two-part question. First, one, when you first seen this, what did you think about it? And two, do you think Diddy's in the wrong with how he's treating the situation?
Well, for one, the reason why I'm gonna say Diddy is in the wrong, bro, is because he is always talking that shit, but behind scenes, bro, you doing shit like that. Yeah. So, you know, I don't want to hear that shit.
Right.
Either you the nigga that's keeping Mase fucking publishing. Either you the nigga that's keeping Mase publishing, or you the nigga that's that's really trying to help black people.
Right.
And you wouldn't even really sell it to him at all. You get that nigga his shit back.
Right. Me personally, I see it two ways. One, I think it's fucked up.
You know, it's publishing, not masters and shit. You just want the publishing.
Right. But I see it two ways. One, on one side of the coin, I see that it's fucked up that Diddy still holding Mase publishing after 20
Bro, because
some
how
years.
many situations like have we seen Mase like actually be able to get into, but why it don't fall through?
Right, because
Diddy.
Yeah, because I remember that was a great point, because I remember in the late 2000s when we was in high school, well, that's mid 2000s, he had got with G Unit. You remember? And he changed his name to Murder Mase. Well, he always had that, but he was going by that moniker. Yeah. And 50 was spending money on him, doing all this stuff. And he finally sat down with Diddy and was like, hey, I want to bring Mase over to the unit. Diddy was like, cool. It's going to cost you $2 million. And 50 was like, $2 million? Nigga, I done spent all this money. You can't be doing that shit. So that was one case you holding a nigga up. It's always like anytime Mase tried to do something. So
there obviously has to be some feeling of, nigga, I'm keeping my thumb on you.
Right.
That's not black excellence.
Right.
That's not black excellence,
Yeah.
dude. That's you thinking you better than other niggas in some kind of way.
Right. So on that point, I do feel like Diddy is on some fuck shit with the way he's going about this, but at the same time, this is the music business, and we know the music business is shady. And once people got contracts, you have to abide by those contracts unless you revise and renegotiate those contracts. Now, the point I'm finna make is I've heard Diddy and Mase have renegotiated his contract a couple times. Now, Mase only put out 2 albums, really one album. His first one was Harlem World, went on to sold millions and millions of records. Then you remember he disappeared. A nigga went to Atlanta, became a pastor and everything. Then you remember he came back.
Double up.
Yep, he came back. And he was on that welcome back.
No,
that's
the third.
That's the third. I know he did double up, but I'm not talking about that. Then when he came back with welcome back, Diddy cut him a check again. Like, he done renegotiated with Diddy like 2 times already. Diddy cut him a check again, and then Diddy cut him a check one more time. So Diddy might be looking at it like, I done gave you money, bro, but
Birdman
you not.
Birdman syndrome.
That's what I'm saying. I done gave you money.
So is Diddy acting like Birdman?
I ain't gonna say it's like Birdman.
In the end, because we also spoke on this before and shit. This was way back in the show. Where I said, bro, like, when it comes to Birdman and doing them deals, bro, it just be these niggas wanting, like, more money out of it, bro.
Right.
Birdman probably hitting you with bread.
Right.
Diddy probably hitting you with bread
Right.
on the front end and shit.
Right.
But he like, hey, if I'm finna take the hit for giving you this bread on the front end, then, hey, the back end,
I gotta eat off the back end.
Yes.
And
these niggas be
they
trying to renege because they be done did whatever they done did.
They done win that. You know what they done did? They went and spent that money up, and now they looking at you like, oh, nigga, you robbing me.
Don't I got some money?
Yeah.
Somewhere.
Niggas love to wanna do a deal and then spend that money up, and then look at you like you crazy, like you done did them wrong. No, nigga, you shouldn't have spent that money up.
All of a sudden, you want to go find the shit that you didn't get.
Right. But this is how I want to close this segment out. The other side that I see it is Diddy is in the right, because publishing, if people don't know, publishing is when an artist or producer creates something. So if an artist writes his lyrics, he writes for other people, that's all publishing. Anytime that song get played on the radio, on a commercial, in a movie, you get what you call publishing. You get paid for that. Anytime it's performed at a concert, you get paid for that. That's publishing. So everybody know Diddy doesn't write his own songs. Don't worry about if I write rhymes, I write checks. Mase wrote a lot of that early shit, so you gotta think about it like, Diddy not finna give up that catalog. It's worth more than $2 million. I know us as regular people looking at it like, come on, $2 million. You gave him 20. He trying to give you $2 million. That's a win-win. But the catalog might be worth more than $2 million. So on the flip side, I can see why Diddy was like, nah, I'm not giving you this shit for no $2 million when it's worth way more than that. So at the same time, we really don't know. It's fucked up that Diddy still has his shit, but on the same side, this is business, bro. They should meet somewhere.
Be 50 anyway.
Well, he 40. He will be in 8 years. I think he's 42. But after that, yeah, he's 42. Cause you remember Diddy, like you said, he was 19 back then when he came in. We know him because he's been in the game so long. We think he's older than that, but he was super young. It was 19 when he got that deal. So he's 42 now. So he got to wait 8 more years if Diddy and him never come to an agreement. I think they need to meet somewhere in the middle. But too, at the same time, I feel like if I'm Diddy and you done blasted me on Instagram, I'm gonna make your ass wait. I'm gonna make him wait, bro. Don't be playing with my name out here in these streets, bro.
I said nigga get back for it, like unless it was like gonna hurt me financially.
We know it's not gonna hurt Diddy financially.
If it wasn't gonna hurt me financially, then I said nigga shit
right.
back for it.
And I always had the mindset of like if we ever made it big and I ran a label, if one of my artists said they want to go, like how Gucci is, Asian doll, she didn't want to be with them, he let them go. He not finna hold them up. I ain't gonna hold you up. You think you can do better without me? There you go. There your walking papers. Go and do what you gonna do. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to have my name synonymous with doing bad business, because then you gonna get that niggas ain't gonna want to fuck with you. Niggas ain't gonna want to do no business with you.
You ain't gotta do no free nobody campaign with me. Get your ass on up out of here.